Just make sure
Oh wow, look at that. So cool. A little red live button on the side now.
we're live, baby.
Professional. We
We're
are
official.
live. We've landed. Okay, now I can watch myself there. Cool. Okay, great. So just gonna wait a bit just to make sure if this isn't live. I think it is. I think it is. And then if everyone wants to go around and say their name, say the role that they're playing.
All right, I am Dylan, and I will be playing Craig and TV guy.
I'm Lincoln, and I'm playing Linda and the TikTok tween.
I'm Jack, and I'm playing Quinn.
I'm Abe, and I'm playing Jacques Martin.
I'm Ted, and I'll be playing Lexi, the Valley Girl.
I'm Alana, and I'll be playing Karen.
I'm sorry, I'm Rory, and I'll be playing Jesse.
I'm Chase, and I'll be playing Carl.
And I'm Jaina, and I'll be playing Crystal, the other Valley Girl.
And I'm Shay, and I'll be playing Jeanette.
Awesome.
I'm Miles. Yeah, I'm Miles, and I'm going to be doing the stage directions.
Okay, cool. And I'm Cece, and I'm going to be doing Amy. So yeah, thank you guys all for coming out tonight. And to anyone who's watching, this is Pilot Dump. So just every Saturday since kind of quarantine, they've been reading a different comedy pilot script, and really happy to be here and reading mine. This one is like the DMV, and the name of the episode is Too Many Yams. And if you want a Venmo, it's the Pack Dash Theater. So if anyone out there on lives is feeling generous. So yeah. Great, awesome. Great. Yeah, if anyone's ready to start, we can do it. Yay!
All right. Fade in, interior, home, day. Amy, 22, emotionally unstable, witty, chaotic, unique, and disorganized, is seen loudly sobbing and running into her parents' basement. Her loving and confused mother, Linda, 52, silently follows Amy downstairs, concerned by the sudden commotion.
Amy, is everything all right?
It's over. It's all over. Axel and I are officially done, and so is Bam Wham Yams.
Amy crumbles to the floor in tears. Remnants of Amy and her now ex-boyfriend's failed business, Wham Bam Yams, litter the floor. Unpaid bills, farmer market signs, and rotten and raw yams are piled a foot high throughout the basement.
5 years down the drain, just like that, Axel.
Oh, honey.
Amy begins hurling nearby yams at the wall, their insides exploding and destroying the hanging photos of Amy, her parents, and Axel.
And for what? For some vegan chick at Hum Yum Hummus? You said you were getting samples.
Amy misses her target and instead throws a yam straight at her mother, who dodges it. The yam hits Amy's fed-up father, Craig, 53, who stands behind Linda instead, and he groans audibly. Linda squats down beside her unhinged daughter and gently pries a squashed yam out of Amy's tight, angry fist.
Oh, I'm just into more chickpeas at the moment. Yeah. Well, what am I supposed to do with 4,000 yams and no money now, Axel?
Oh, honey, he's stupid. We told you many times, in front of him even. He is a very unimaginably dumb boy.
Amy lays on her back and sprawls out on the floor, looking to God for the answer. A piece of yam from the fan drops on her face, sending her into a tearful spiral yet again.
What does that say about me, Mom? I mean, how stupid am I? Leaving school, changing my career path for him, trusting that we could make this yam agreement work after the last 2 business failures? Fuck, Mom, what do I do?
I don't know what you were thinking after the carnivorous candy crabs incident.
Craig! Well, you could start fresh, focus on yourself, and never speak to him again.
Wait, you're right. I can seem like I'm focusing on myself, by making another business that does better than his so I can post about it like it's for me and then make them both fucking jealous, all with the hidden end game of getting him back.
Well, I don't think.
Amy embraces her mom lovingly, her attitude changing completely to a calm, happy-go-lucky, and confident one.
You're so right, Mom. Thank you. I just definitely will need some money for said startup since most of mine is in Bam Wham Yams.
Amy's phone buzzes as she receives a notification. She reads the message and smiles.
And look, my astrology app just texted me to say that today it's going to be very turbulent in Venus. And you know what Venus rules, Mom? Love. It's just all written in the stars.
Linda uncomfortably removes herself from Amy and stands up beside Craig.
Right. About that, honey, we love you, but we were just thinking, you're 22 now and we've given you help on a lot of different business ventures, maybe even when we didn't want to.
Or shouldn't have. Remember the lobster leg press?
There was a market for that, Craig.
No, and of course we're sure there was. It's just, we think it's time you take these next business ventures and steps of your life on your own with your hard-earned investments. Maybe then you really care about it.
Stick with it, is what she means.
Shut up, Craig.
Amy.
Did he put you up to this? Is he forcing you to say these things? You can tell me.
Linda shakes her head and Amy stares at the ground, tears welling up in her eyes at the thought of such unexpected familial betrayal.
I'm your kin. This is against the natural order.
I believe Darwin would beg to differ.
Okay. I see what you think of me. Fine, whatever. I'm gonna go and there's nothing you can do to stop me. This nest is suffocating.
Amy stares at her parents silently until Linda realizes what she's doing and aggressively tugs on Craig's arm to get his attention.
What? Oh, Amy, no, don't go. What will we do without your 2 a.m. jam sessions or your 5 a.m. pre-breakfast breakdowns? Get sleep? Don't go.
Well, I won't stay here. I can't. I've outgrown my time here and I have to do this for me.
Honey, you don't have to be so drastic. Don't leave yet. I didn't even finish your laundry.
No, there's no time for that, Linda, if that's what I should call you from now on.
It's not. Neither of us.
Silence, Craig. The point has been made and it needs to be carried out. I'm a woman of my word. Goodbye.
Amy dramatically grabs her tote bag and angrily swings it over her shoulder, hitting Craig squarely in the face. She gathers a new container of yams, leaving the rest for the parents to clean up. Amy stops for a few seconds, silently staring at her parents in disappointment, and unsuccessfully attempts to open the garage door. Yams tumble out and the contents of her bag spill as she opens the door and painfully waddles to her car, aggressively refusing her parents' help. Exterior, Amy parents' driveway, day. Amy places the items into her old, broken-down, gas-guzzling white van and sighs. The van is filled with yams from top to bottom and reads, "Wham Bam Yams" on the side. Amy quickly and aggressively pulls out of the driveway, narrowly missing her parents' mailbox, much to her father's disdain. Interior, van, day. Amy fumbles with the radio and turns up Billy Joel's "We Didn't Start the Fire," loudly singing the incorrect lyrics.
We didn't start the fire. It was the corporations, the United Nations. Whoa, we didn't start the fire. Global warming is the cause from capitalistic flaws. Oh, whoa, whoa.
As Amy turns the street corner towards the parkway, her left wheel just slightly goes over the curb, causing the back doors to slightly open. Yams tumble out and cars swerve behind Amy to avoid them, unbeknownst to her. Amy FaceTimes her quirky and sensible college best friend, Lexi, 24.
Hey, Lexi.
Ames, craziest thing. Did you hear Tickle Toes Tom was on Wendy Williams yesterday? He asked some question and the audience just lost it. Remember when you guys hooked up behind the set during Fiddler on the Roof?
Yeah, that was kind of insensitive now that I think about it.
A little. Where are you? Are you driving? You should get the car checked.
No, it's fine. That's what a normal car sounds like.
Okay. I don't know that's... But what's up?
It's just my parents. Like, literally so rude. And I just broke up with Axel.
Didn't you guys already break up?
No, well, yeah, but it was like the final one this time. He deleted our Yam Instagram, so
Oh my god.
And obviously, like, I'm so upset now. Like, my heart's been ripped from its chest.
Obviously.
And don't get it twisted. Like, he's sleeping with the hummus girl.
I knew something was weird at Legume Fest.
And so I come to the realization I need to focus on me. I need to start a new venture, a new chapter. And they just tell me I'm the stupidest tragedy the world's ever seen.
So they didn't loan you the money?
Yeah, it's ridiculous. Who are they to say that I don't know how to make money or hold down a job? I stick with things and see them through, even when it sucks, right? Like, look at me and Axel.
Lexi does not respond to Amy for a few seconds, causing Amy to both question and become hostile at Lexi's silence.
Lexi, why aren't you yesing in this agreement? It's been silent for like 20 seconds on your end.
Well, I mean, I'm just thinking, I don't know, maybe there's a bit of truth in there? You did use all of the bar mitzvah money on cargo shorts for corgis, only to find out that, like...
Only to find out that corgis have insanely small legs that turn all shorts into pants. I know, okay? How many times are you going to bring that up, Lexi?
Look, all I'm saying is sometimes you don't really think about things or follow through, and you're just a little bit reliant on other people.
Okay, but that's what an entrepreneur is. Like, you're just describing an entrepreneur. Sorry, I don't want to suck the toes of our corporate overlords, Lexi.
And if anyone tries to actually tell you, you either get defensive or petty, but at your own expense, and it makes no sense.
Okay, this right here is unfounded and honestly really, really disrespectful. After the day I've had, right? Like, might as well go to lunch or even the Bahamas with my parents if you love their opinions that much, Lexi. Okay, but you know what, Lex? I expected this. Your moon's in Scorpio, so.
Fuck you. Fine. Prove me wrong then. Hold a steady job for longer than a month. Next one you see, you can't.
You know what? I will. And I was already going to do that before you even said it.
Fine.
Fine.
Camera pans to the nearest upcoming billboards. On the left is a billboard that states, "Jesus loves you, become a preacher." And on the right, a billboard which states, "Medford, DMV, exit 42. Amy winces in pain."
Fuck.
Smash cut to exterior DMV parking lot, day. Amy pulls into the DMV parking lot, turns off the car's ignition, and begins to panic.
It's okay. It's okay. This is fine. This is fine. I mean, because on one hand, I do this and I hate everything. And on the other hand, I don't, and everyone hates me. So,
Amy turns to the yams in the car and talks to them like they are her audience in an attempt to calm herself down.
I mean, where's John Quinones? Because what will I do?
Amy looks at the Urban Outfitters mini dream catcher hanging from the rearview mirror and breathes deeply. She reaches for her phone, plays calming whale sounds, and begins meditating.
Amy, no, you've got this, okay? Remember your affirmations. I am human. I am free. Everything happens for, not to me.
Amy breathes deeply again and smiles, now optimistic and tranquil. The moment is short-lived after she steps out of the car and looks at her disheveled self. Amy unsuccessfully tries to fix her smudged makeup and messy hair and quickly moves away from the mirror.
Okay, that's not helping. We're just gonna go. We're not gonna look, Amy. We are just gonna go with what we got.
As Amy walks towards the building, she passes a man-made pond in the center of the DMV parking lot, a large pothole now filled with water. In the pond sits a dozen lifeless-looking ducks. Their quacks sound meek and regretful.
What the fuck?
A long line of tired and aggravated people wraps around the DMV. As Amy attempts to squeeze past them and continue inside, they become upset.
Hey, what are you doing? There's a line here.
It's not like that, okay? It's different. I work here. I'm gonna work here.
People online continue to argue and complain. Amy looks at the broken, faded, and tilted DMV sign. The first two D's are no longer lit, and the sign reads, "Me for DMV." Amy giggles to herself and creates a jingle for the sign as she goes to open the door. Pushing instead of pulling, Amy slams into the glass, falling over.
That's who we got working here, people. That's why this line is so goddamn long.
Amy holds up a peace sign, visibly confusing the man and those around him, and walks inside.
Spread positivity.
Interior, DMV, day. Amy, outfitted in a Y2K girl's Barbie top, large bedazzled sunglasses, bootcut jeans, and a JanSport banana backpack, receives many quizzical stares, but ignores them all, continuing to accidentally knock things over with her backpack as she excitedly explores the DMV.
Me for the DMV. It's me for the DMV.
After noticing the unkind and confused stares, Amy stops singing and takes a deep breath, preparing herself to head to the counter and ask for a job.
You can do it. You can do it, girl boss. Hi. So I'm wondering if theoretically, metaphorically, you guys were hiring here, and if so, where exactly might I sign up? I have a lot of skill sets, so I'm just wondering like which would fit best here.
The desk clerk, Quinn, 25, a cynical smartass who despises his job, pretends not to hear Amy and continues to play Club Penguin.
Hi. Hey, I'm Amy. Hi.
Amy leans over the counter where he sits behind, staring and waving at Quinn.
Hi, Quinn. Is it? I can see you actively playing Club Penguin, so I can infer that you're probably hearing me. And
We don't have jobs here. Life sentences, on the other hand.
what is that? What does that mean?
We don't have jobs, but we do have painful, lifelong death sentences that you can do work for.
Well, okay, that seems drastic. Do you have anything else?
No, it's the DMV.
Please, I really need something small here to prove a point, and I'm like making myself do this and just apply to work at the DMV, and that's already degrading and disrespectful enough. So if you could just please.
A job? You want a job here? But you look like a once successful child star. What are you doing at the DMV when you could be leading a triangle scheme? I like your shirt. It seems fitting.
Amy looks down at her tight-fitting young girl's Y2K Barbie top that reads, "I can do anything, I dream," and back up at Quinn.
It's ironic.
Oh, what? Did your mom not finish her laundry in time?
Amy looks down at her shoes, silently, completely aware that that is exactly the case.
You know what? This feels like borderline, possibly maybe verbal assault. I should take you to HR.
I am HR. And Carl.
Quinn points to Carl, 35, a lanky, loony, and dramatic jokester who's seen licking different colored paper clips.
Blue, this tastes better, I swear.
And all that talk about taking me to HR, it's giving me major Karen vibes.
Don't you dare say that.
Another Karen? Did someone say that? I can't do another Karen. I'll definitely get fired. Truthfully, I should probably be fired anyway.
Carl notices Amy and strikes up a conversation.
Well, hello. Who's this funky fresh female? Looking like Ava Raleen wannabe on a Wednesday. What brings you to our DMV? Looking for a passport? It is not your day to take a passport photo.
So what do you do exactly?
I'm in accounting.
Oh, really? What's that like? Tell me about it.
What is she here for?
What firm do you work with? What does your average day entail?
Well, it's I work mainly with those in more like lighthearted careers. Inventors, clowns. So I'm more on the creative side of the accounting of that.
You do accounting for clowns.
God damn it! What is she here for?
This is Carl, a job. She wants to apply for a job.
A job? Who the hell comes to the DMV because they want a job? I know I said that, but I do hella fucking community service. You're lying. You're an undercover.
Carl leans over the counter to sniff Amy's hair, and she pulls away in confusion.
You don't smell like undercover cop. Are we unpunked?
No, she just wants an easy, benefit-filled, government-sponsored 9-to-5 so she can get home in time to pick up her kids from soccer and her Kia.
Okay, even if I did do that, it wouldn't be in a Kia. I'd obviously pick them up in a Subaru.
Quinn's expression and demeanor towards Amy softens as he realizes she may be able to help him.
Wait, are you?
I'm a little gay.
Okay, well, you didn't say that. Let me take you to the real Karen.
So you guys think you're gay. Because, I did butt stuff with my girl and I enjoyed it. Just a little more than I thought.
Hey, where are you going? I've been waiting in this line like 15 minutes while you guys have been chatting.
Sir, one more word and it's a hate crime. We are extremely, extremely busy.
Quinn stands up assertively and taps his papers on the counter, leaving Amy to the DMV manager, as Carl follows closely uninvited behind them.
We're a little behind the times here, so the only team players we really got, me, you, and Carl. But I think he's still coming to terms with fluid sexuality.
I mean, do I like butts? Do I not like butts? Can't everybody just like butts?
Jeanette, 64, old, spunky, and slightly senile, overhears the conversation and chimes in.
You know, I made out with a girl or two in my day. Really hot chicks. But I was only really doing that to get the attention of the boys.
Right, so you're very actively not helping our case, Jeanette. I didn't get all of June off, and personally, I find that extremely homophobic. So I'm thinking we file for 4 weeks paid leave for gay time. No one here is going to look that up. Also, we can be cordial, but this doesn't make us friends. I'm resident gay.
Interior, break room, day. Amy and Quinn enter the break room as Carl follows. Karen, 37, a kind, tightly strung, silently suffering, often powerless DMV manager almost chokes on her salad as she hears Carl talking on the loudspeaker.
I mean, who's to say getting your cock sucked makes you gay, right?
Carl, you're on speaker again. I can't have the whole DMV hearing that. We have kids taking permit tests.
Oh, shit. You're right. Beautiful angel Karen, I apologize. Please don't fire me.
Karen ignores Carl's theatrics and stares confusedly at Amy, who stares awkwardly back as Quinn ecstatically introduces her.
Hey, Karen. Remember when you were talking about trying to diversify the team to remedy your cis straight white guilt? Well, we got a new recruit. Meet Amy.
I'm sorry, what?
This straight white girl.
Karen frustratingly rips the department phone out of Carl's hands.
Carl, you're still on!
That time I knew.
Karen sighs and turns back to Amy.
Hi, sorry, I'm Karen. Amy, is it? Did you not know how to apply online, Amy? Did you not think, oh, maybe I should call first, see if they want visitors in their department and their break room?
Quinn shrugs and glances at Amy, who stares at her feet.
I just assumed no one was really like rushing to these kind of jobs. Like maybe you were just kind of giving them away.
Loud, lethargic, and dreadful sounding quacks are heard from outside the break room.
God damn it. I thought someone was going to put up some insulation so I wouldn't have to hear those birds while I try to enjoy my lunch.
Karen sits down, defeated, and puts her head in her hands, smiling through the pain as the other workers watch.
I don't know why I let James talk me into rescuing and homing depressed ducks.
So that's why their quack sounded so
nihilistic,
silly, but I think that was really good of you guys.
Thank you. Let's get you registered in our system. We've actually been searching for a new desk clerk, but the only lead we had was on Carl's cousin.
Carl begins typing on the department iPad.
Last name?
Jameson?
Carl, you can't enter the databases like that. That's not your jurisdiction.
If that wasn't the case, you wouldn't give me the password or the iPad.
I told you the password to buy Domino's one time. It just happened to be the same password as the database.
Karen unsuccessfully reaches to take the iPad away from Carl as he types Amy's name into the DMV database.
And I don't know how you keep managing to get to the department iPad after I take it away.
It says here she failed her road test 8 straight times.
Quinn snickers and Karen gasps.
Damn, 3 of these tests weren't even 30 seconds long.
Okay, no, I can explain that. No, I can maybe.
That's okay, honey. I failed my road test the first time. Turns out I was legally blind, but they gave it to me on the second go round.
And one failure as a result of defecation? The fuck is that?
Oh God. Okay, honey, I'm sorry, but I don't think we can have someone working at the Department of Motor Vehicles who can barely drive a motor vehicle themselves.
Okay, no, I can drive. I just have extreme testing anxiety. And, you know, I think we're missing like the most important lesson here, that of dedication. Did I go over the curb twice in the first 30 seconds? Sure. Did I fail a test because I ran 4 stop signs? Yeah, but I accidentally took Tylenol drowsy that time. Was there one time that I came extremely close to hitting a woman crossing the road that caused my instructor to literally shit himself? Of course. But it happens to the best of us. And despite it all, I persisted and prevailed.
Okay, Karen, I didn't know she was that bad of a driver when I brought her back here.
Okay, actually, no, I'm not, Quinn. I scored perfectly on the written test. What is visibility distance for a bicycle's white headlight when riding at night? 475 feet.
Oh my God. Everybody fails that question. Okay, maybe I can find you a place for you here. You're knowledgeable and a forward thinker. We need more of that here. More new and unique ideas.
Thank you. Well, I guess my first order of business would be getting some new snacks in here. All I see are like 40 different boxes of cookies.
The DMV workers begin to freak out at Amy's suggestion.
Don't you dare touch my fucking dungaroos, Amy.
You stay the hell away from those tagalongs. They're the only reason I'm still working at this dead-end job.
Well, definitely a bit more inside the box than that. Let's get you over to the photo department for a department ID.
Karen leads Amy out of the break room and to the photo department on the main floor. Interior photo department day.
So what roles do you see yourself fulfilling at the DMV?
Well, I guess I was thinking like I could make the BuzzFeed DMV quizzes or like run a workout class, maybe hold the doors open.
Dave, 45, a greasy-haired, horny motorcyclist, smashes through the DMV's front doors, shattering them. To Amy's surprise, barely anyone reacts.
8 out of 10, Dave.
Karen smiles and laughs, but pain fills her eyes.
Ha! We don't really even have doors here.
Who is that?
That's Dave. It's a regular occurrence at this point.
Carl carries a new glass door through the building to replace the one just shattered.
Coming through.
Sometimes life throws you a difficult situation and you just have to adapt. That's why we have 4 more doors in the back.
Karen brings Amy to the photo station where Jacques Martin, 44, a sophisticated and spiteful French man fitted in a striped vest and beret, annoyedly takes ID photos.
Next.
Amy, meet Jacques. Jacques, meet Amy. He's from Paris. Amy's going to be working with us for a bit, so make sure you get a nice picture of her.
Nice to meet you. It's so crazy, like your name and your outfit and everything is just so overwhelmingly French, like scarily stuff. Fake even.
Excuse a fucking moi.
You can tell me if you're not from there. Like I won't tell. I'm just wondering what this is all for. Like this is a critique on modern American politics or the French government or
Lies. You are an American woman of lies.
Amy looks around at Jacques, Karen, all the DMV workers who, to her astonishment, stare back but say nothing.
I mean, is nobody else seeing this? Like I did theater in high school, Les Mis actually a number of times. This is like the total poster child of a fake Frenchman right here.
Okay, well, you two have at it. Jacques, make sure to get a great photo of Amy. I'll be right back.
Oh, I will.
I don't like that. I really don't like the way you said that. Karen?
Immediately and without warning, Jacques takes Amy's photo.
You are done.
Amy looks down at the unattractive and blurry photo Jacques prints for her and grimaces. Her hair is tangled and uneven, eyes half closed, and mouth open mid-sentence.
What is this? This is terrible.
I cannot fix what is ugly.
Yeah, but you can like take a slow and steady one. I mean, what?
A young TikTok tween, 14, arrives at the photo station. Jacques gives her adequate notice and takes a stunning photo of her, purposefully spiting Amy.
The smile.
Camera clicks go off.
Here you go, lovely. Let me know if you'd like another one, sweetie.
Jacques hands the tween a stunning model picture ID.
Are you kidding me?
The young girl leans over to look at Amy's picture and pity laughs.
Thanks.
Are you sad though? Because you got your driver's license? Did your high school boyfriend like help you? And
Don't do that.
Amy looks back at Jacques, defeated and annoyed.
Do not look at me. You saw it with your own eyes. I did not touch nothing.
Yeah. Okay. But just so you know, adding le in between words doesn't make you more French. This picture's fine. It's all good, and I'm all good. So simply whatever.
Are you really doing the tres bien, Amy?
Yeah. Yeah.
Amy spins to show her happy and stable state of mind, flinging her body in the process and knocking over the picture stand, much to Jacques Martin's displeasure.
I'm fine. Mentally ill people can't do that.
Amy takes a seat beside a tired and aggravated mother and child as she waits for Karen to come get her. The mother stares aimlessly into the abyss, and her son eats goldfish and plays Temple Run.
Long wait, huh? Sometimes when I'm waiting a long time, I like to journal. My therapist highly recommends.
The mother puts headphone in and closes her eyes, clearly ignoring her, as her son laughs and throws goldfish at Amy's face.
Okay, well, that's not something my therapist recommends. Channeling emotions through physical aggression will get you nowhere.
Amy sits in silence, hurt and alone. She reaches for a nearby pamphlet which reads Choices, what separates a safe driver from a dangerous one, causing Amy to reconsider her own current choices as well.
Amy, there you are. Let's bring you to the break room and get you started on that training video.
Interior break room day. Karen wheels an old TV into the back break room and places a 1980s DMV training into the VHS tape player. Karen smacks the TV until the static turns into the beginning intro of an outdated racist and sexist workplace training video.
Here it is. It's a really good one, but you've got to stick around until the end. Be back in a bit.
A montage of laughing and smiling DMV workers appears on the screen, followed by the words, working at the DMV.
So, you want to work at the DMV. Well, you better have your big boy pants and suspenders on because it's a sure doozy.
A slideshow of DMV paperwork appears, followed by an A+.
Here at the DMV, we have a saying, Department Motor Vehicles, and that's just what we live by.
A video of a driving test and car crash appear on screen.
One of the most important jobs that the DMV has is giving out license. As a DMV worker, it becomes your responsibility to decide who is fit to drive and who is not. When judging a road test, ask yourself a few questions. First, are they a woman? If so, do yourself a favor and other drivers on the road and deduct 2 points off their driving test. And if they're Asian too, well, then you really need to use your discretion.
What the fuck?
Now let's talk about sexual harassment.
A man goes to hug his female coworker and holds her for 10 seconds until she eventually pushes him off.
Now let's discuss. What was wrong with that?
Well, the guy held her for 40 seconds.
The female worker rudely pushed her kind male worker away. She should have waited longer until he was done hugging her. Now let's discuss what's okay to touch and what's not. Point blank, you can't touch butts. Even though it sucks, we all make choices.
The video turns to static and Amy looks down at her pamphlet, ready to break down in tears as she thinks about her own current stupid life choices. Before she has the ability to do so, however, Quinn and Crystal, 25, a beautiful and charismatic airhead, walk into the break room together laughing. Jacques Martin and Carl follow behind them discussing French politics, causing Amy to feel even more alienated and alone. Crystal, noticing the new employee and her rather depressing demeanor, walks over to Amy and offers her some support.
Hi, Amy, right? Nice to finally meet you. There's been so much gossip. It's nice to actually talk to you, not just about you. Anyways, I'm Crystal, resident crazy girl. How's your first day going?
To Crystal's surprise and dismay, Amy begins to deeply overshare about her troubles and anxieties she is currently facing.
You know, Crystal, it started out all fine and dandy, but then I picked up this pamphlet and I watched that 1980s tape on workplace harassment, and it just got me thinking about choices, especially my own, and how completely fucking stupid I am when it comes to making them. My parents, my friends, they're all right. I can't do anything once it gets hard.
Amy drops her head into her hands and begins to ugly cry as Crystal tries to keep things light, confused, and completely out of her element.
What the fuck am I doing at the DMV when I'm actually ass at driving? Why did I start a business with a man who has a terrible credit score and barely knows how to make scrambled eggs? I'm nothing but a massive disappointment.
Well, we all make mistakes. I mean, we're all working at the DMV. Me, for example, I picked the wrong color when I got my Acura last week, and I'm still paying the mental toll of that, you know? Right, Quinn?
No, I don't make mistakes.
Well, I guess I'm just not a fun resident crazy girl like you, Crystal. I am just sad, pathetic crazy girl who needs to stop roping others into her misfortune.
Oh, girl, it's all good. Do you need to get something to eat? Hysteria will creep up on you when you're hungry.
Yeah, thank you.
Crystal brings over a bag of baby carrots and container of hummus and sits down beside Amy.
Here, it's called Hum Yum Hummus. I got it at some weird, like, legume fest thing. Really weird people, but awesome food. It goes great with this pita. And
does it really go great with that, Crystal? That's so funny. It is just the perfect blend of like savory wood notes. Maybe even does it melt in your mouth and make you think back to childhood, Crystal?
Yes, actually. How did you know that? That's like word for word on the packaging.
Quinn, silently aware of what is going on, holds up his finger and counts down to Amy's explosion, making a bomb sound when it does.
3, 2, 1.
Amy takes the container of hummus and pies Crystal square in the face with it.
Oh my god, Amy!
Fuck you and all of your little hum yum hummus hoes.
Okay, we got a new resident crazy bitch up in this DMV. Somebody sound the alarm.
Amy stands up to leave and pauses, turning back around towards Crystal, who unsuccessfully attempts to wipe the hummus off her face.
Okay, actually, my apologies. I'm a feminist, girls for girls. You nor any woman is a hoe. I'm angry and I'm sad and I need to get like a much better handle on my emotions. So.
She is the devil!
And you're a fake French person. Oh my God.
Amy marches out of the break room to find Karen, tears streaming down her face and hummus falling off her hand. Interior DMV day. Karen is visibly flustered and stressed, barely able to process what Amy is saying as she tries to keep the DMV to functioning.
Hi, Karen. I really appreciate everything that everyone here has done for me, but I just don't think the DMV can use my craziness right now. Like, you guys already have your handful with that, and if I stick around, it's only gonna get worse.
Amy, I'm sorry, but I really do not have time to play pretend therapist right now. The depressed ducks are trying to drown themselves in front of kids again, and a student who's scheduled to take his 8th road test in 10 minutes is having a panic attack outside. Please take care of the ducks.
Amy realizes the urgency of the situation and quickly springs into action, calming herself down, wiping away tears and hummus, and confidently taking charge.
Why don't you deal with the ducks, and I'll deal with the student.
Karen hesitates for a moment, then agrees.
Okay. Be warned, though, he's emotionally volatile.
Yeah, nothing new.
Exterior, side of DMV building, day. Jesse, 16, sits anxiously outside, breathing heavily and swaying back and forth.
Hi, my name is Amy. Heard you were having a tough time today with the road test?
Yeah, I can't do it. I just can't. It doesn't matter. Nothing matters.
Why do you say that?
Because that's what happened all the times before and is going to happen all the times in the future. That's what my brain says and my parents say, and even my driving instructor tells me I should get an electronic bike.
Hey, look at me. You can definitely do this, all right? Great, nothing matters. So fuck it. Take that risk, take that jump. It literally cannot hurt you. No matter how many failed driving tests or business attempts you have to go through, don't let anyone tell you who you are or what you'll accomplish. You feel me? You've got this.
Jesse nods, a wave of newfound courage and confidence washing over him. Amy heads back inside to the break room to clean up the hummus, gather her belongings, and leave. After a few minutes, Amy hears the sounds of celebration echoing through the DMV.
Everybody, we have a winner. We have a fucking winner. Jesse Jenkins has finally passed his road test. Yeah, you heard me. Jesse Jenkins has finally passed his road test after 7 consecutive fails.
Interior, DMV, day. Amy leaves the break room and watches the workers laughing and cheering. Karen smiles at Amy and Amy smiles proudly back.
What that also means is that the bet has been won and DMV employees all get to go home early. The DMV is now closed.
What, Carl?
People waiting online begin to freak out in anger at the announcement as Carl takes out a party horn and blows it. Karen rushes over to the speaker to unsuccessfully set the record straight, and the two are heard bickering over the loudspeaker.
No, it is not.
Fuck yeah, it is. Remember the bet from Applebee's?
DMV employees begin to pack up and go home for the day.
It was a joke, Carl.
The DMV is no place for jokes, Karen.
You guys can't just leave.
Jesse comes up to Amy, his eyes puffy and red.
Thanks for what you said out there. It really helped.
Of course.
When you told me to take that risk, it really helped me to realize I just need to light up some indica and cruise right through that test, anxiety-free.
Okay, well, okay.
Amy nervously looks around to see if anyone heard Jesse's unexpected remark, and Quinn stands behind her smirking.
Any way you can pass, I guess. Going home early and you gave someone an accidental TUI? Nice.
Bye, Quinn.
Our shortened workday and the reason that everyone will not be getting their car's registration paperwork filed today is all thanks to my good friend, Amy Jameson. Goodbye.
The people at the DMV groan loudly and angrily. Worried by their discontent, Amy looks to Karen for guidance.
Shouldn't we?
It's okay. They were going to find some other excuse to leave anyway. I also did make that bet at Applebee's. I was just hoping they wouldn't remember.
Jeanette smacks Amy's ass.
Thank you. This hellhole has taken too many hours of my life.
Okay, somebody clearly didn't watch the training video. So.
Definitely not the grandma you want your kids knowing. Bye, Jeanette.
Jeanette sticks her middle finger up at Karen.
Can I do that? Ha, just kidding. Karen, I watched the videos. A mess up top. See y'all tomorrow.
Amy, good work.
Crystal walks towards the DMV exit and stops by Amy. Her face is puffy, eyes tear-strained, and hair filled with hummus. Karen looks at Crystal and then back at Amy, concerned and confused.
Sabra?
Sabra. Now, what were you saying, Karen? I don't think I got the last part of it. I just want to make sure I heard it correctly.
Good work. Maybe the DMV does need a little bit of your craziness after all.
Thanks, Karen. I'll see you tomorrow.
Amy exits the DMV, waves goodbye to Karen, and enters her car. She sits down, breathes a sigh of relief, and looks into the rearview mirror. To her dismay, 20 depressed ducks sit in the back of her truck, eating yams.
Fuck.
The end.
Yay! Oh my gosh. Thank you, guys. Thank you so much for reading it. That was awesome. You guys made that so awesome.
That was fun.
That's fun.
Yeah.
Thank you. Great job, everybody.
Thank you so much for having me. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, thank you too.
Good job, Cece. It was like a really good script, by the way.
Yeah, I really
So
enjoyed
fun.
it. That was
If anyone wants to also like promote anything they're working on or doing, feel free to do it. You have the floor.
I am working on my next project. It's called Soho Sadie. You can check us out on Instagram at Soho Sadie. Facebook, we got a page where our fundraiser is live right now if anybody's feeling generous.
I'm working on a short film called God Lives on My Block. And I don't know, like you can get my Instagram from Cece or I don't know, but I'll be promoting it through social media in like 2 weeks-ish, sometime like that. Yeah. It's good. It's like God's it's good.
Yes.
Yo, what's up? I have a GoFundMe. I'm trying to hit $2,000 by Monday, and I'm about $50 away from hitting 1,000 tonight. I've only been going for less than 48 hours. I'm a white rapper, so if you support your local white rappers out there, find me on Instagram, Lil Dennis Rodman. But thank you guys. It's awesome. Awesome job, Cece, by the way, too.
Of course.
I'll just say, go to Pack Classes, packtheater.com/classes, and look at some of the stuff going on at the Pack Theater.
Awesome. Yeah, and Venmo if you want to. Pack dash theater. Yeah. Thank you guys so much for coming, and anyone who's watching at home. So appreciate it. Great, guys. Bye.
Thank you.
Bye. Thank you.